Sports Center with Jane Dan brought to you by McDonald's. It is the World Junior Gold Medal Game post-game show, which we had anticipated would be a joyous and festive occasion for everyone watching. And now is going to be 40 minutes talking about a Canadian loss. Dan, I'll be over here.
Hey, can't win them all. You want to see the highlights?
Let's do it.
It's Canada. It's the USA. My mom was talking about this all day. I'm like, Mom, stop texting me. Canada looking to become the first repeat champs at the World Junior since 2009. The U.S. has won the last 3 meetings with Canada in the gold medal game. Canada, in this tournament, having outscored their opponents 41-4, haven't allowed a goal 5-on-5. They also haven't trailed for a single second. Americans' leading scorer, Trevor Zegras, with his take on Team Canada.
I honestly don't think they've been tested with a real team yet, and I think we're kind of going on all cylinders right now, and I think we're going to catch it by surprise, and I think we'll go from there. I honestly don't think this goalie's been tested 5-on-5 yet, and I think that's something that we're going to prove today, and hopefully we get a couple by him.
Sick flow. First period. Zegras back to the point. Alex Turcotte tips it past Devin Levi. That's the first goal Canada's allowed at 5-on-5 in the tournament. Also marks the first time they've trailed. Zegras picks up an assist. Zegras entered tied with Canada's Dylan Cousins for the tournament point lead. Second period. More from the first round pick of the Ducks.
By Sanderson. Side of the goal. They score! It's Zegras! And the U.S. leads 2-0.
Zegras moves into a tie for first on the U.S.'s all-time points list at the World Juniors. His seventh makes it 2-0. Still lots of hockey. Canada shorthanded with numbers. Cousins to Bowen Byram. Byram off plumbing. A couple minutes later. Point shot bounces around. Then it's loose in front. Quentin Byfield picks it up. Byfield fired wide. American goalie Spencer Knight, no idea where the puck was there. A minute after that, Braden Schneider with room. Knight, oh, he got a piece of it. Canada down 2 after 2. Families of the Canadian players watching on as Canada tries to erase a 2-goal deficit early in the third. Zegras fires. Just high, so it leads to a Canadian on-man rush the other way. Cousins has the puck knocked away. Cousins with a chance in the slot. Canada's leading scorer fires one. A few minutes later, Cousins' shot is blocked. Puck gets thrown in front. Peyton Krebs swipes at it, knocks an American stick in the net. Not the puck, though. Missed the puck. Just over 3 minutes to go. Connor McMichael, which McDonald's Canada tweeted out was their favorite player. No reason why. In on the break, McMichael can't get a good shot off. Dying seconds.
Backhanded up by Moynihan. And an empty net chance, and Farinazzi puts it off the side of net, but that's going to do it. The United States plays a near-perfect game and knocks off Canada in Edmonton. The United States wins the World Junior Hockey Championship.
The U.S. hangs on to beat Canada 2-0 on Canadian ice, taking the gold medal as the U.S. has now beaten Canada in 4 straight gold medal games of the World Juniors. The Team USA, their first gold since 2017, 5th gold all-time at the World Juniors. Trevor Zegras, you heard what he said pregame. He backed it up, had a goal in the final, named Turner MVP. USA captain Cam York, who was a first-round pick of the Flyers, handing the gold medals to his teammates, and Team USA, the 2021 World Junior champs. Both American goals, even strength. How about that? Only 2 even strength goals Canada allowed all tournament. Previous 3 gold medal games between Canada and the U.S. were decided by 1 goal. In regulation in 2004, 1 in overtime 2010, and 1 in a shootout in 2017. Americans have now won 5 gold medals at the World Juniors, 4 of them against Canada. This is the first time the margin of victory is more than 1 goal in favor of the Americans. U.S. is now tied with Finland for third all-time in gold medals at the event, behind only Canada and Russia.
Ryan Rashog with Connor McMichael.
Connor, I know it's a disappointing result for you, and it's still fresh, but can you take us through what you think happened early in that game, what the U.S. did?
I don't know. I mean, they're a good team, and we just didn't come out strong enough, and it showed, and they deserve it.
This has been a long journey for your group. It's 51 days, and you've been through a tremendous amount together as a group. When you reflect back on this, what do you think you'll pull out of this entire experience?
I mean, it's a great group of guys, and they're a great staff, and I mean, I had a hell of a time with these guys. We've been through a lot, and it's obviously not the outcome we wanted, but I had a lot of fun.
All right, Connor, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Just devastating to see, you know, on the verge of tears. Bowen Byram, you saw him at the end of the medal ceremony, also in tears. It means so much to these players.
And they were probably one of the most tight-knit Team Canada's ever because of the situation.
Right. You spend 14 days in a hotel in Red Deer, you come pretty close.
Yeah.
And Bob McKenzie said it, I believe today, you know, had they won that game, they would absolutely be in the conversation for greatest World Junior team that Canada's ever had. Now, obviously not, but it's just, you know, one game. Anything can happen.
And they'll always be remembered because of a pandemic-played World Juniors. Here again, James.
All right, thank you with Bob and Craig once again. And it's true, you could make an argument that this is the hardest World Juniors ever to lose. These kids spent 51 days together since getting together in Red Deer, 2 weeks in quarantine, and it comes down to this. And to not have those efforts rewarded is tough, but the Americans simply better. How devastating for Canada, though, considering, as you said, Bob, they were on the brink of becoming perhaps one of the best World Junior teams in history.
Yeah, it was an unprecedented World Junior Championship, and that just made it that much more heartbreaking and made the Team Canada players that much more distraught with the manner in which they lost the game and the manner in which they dominated much of the tournament. To gather together in Red Deer in mid-November, my goodness, and to go through that 14-day quarantine where they were in the rooms by themselves and they couldn't even get on the ice, it boggles the mind. And I hear people say that, well, the big problem with the tournament is Canada didn't face any adversity, and that is certainly true to a certain extent. But that was, I mean, what were they supposed to do? They played the Russians in the semifinal and they dominated them. They played the Finns on New Year's Eve, the bronze medal winning Finns that had the Americans in a tie game with 2 minutes left, and Canada just rolled over them. So the lack of adversity was of their own doing because they were playing so well. And yet it's tournament hockey and it's teenage hockey players, and you get into a one-game situation, and the Americans were full value for the victory, and Canada did not bring its A game in the gold medal game. That's life at the World Juniors, but it still makes it that much more difficult because of all the circumstances dating back to mid-November and the manner in which Canada played this tournament up until the gold medal game.
Craig, toughest one ever?
Yeah, I was there on November 17th when they first hit the ice in Red Deer. And we can look at this tournament and say, okay, they didn't have a lot of adversity, if any, leading up to the gold medal game. They had a lot of adversity from the time they arrived in Red Deer. They had players that couldn't get on the ice right off the bat, Quinton Byfield, players that couldn't arrive on time because of protocols. Then we know about the 14-day quarantine and everything that they had to go through. Then they lose their captain, Kirby Dach, in the only pre-tourney game. I would suggest they had a lot of adversity, and I would say that this group of players and the staff that was involved were fully committed, and that's why at the end of this, you see such a devastated group. It's the deepest group of players, talent-wise, that I've seen available to Canada ever. And, you know, an expectation in Canada is you're going to compete for the gold medal, and they certainly looked like they were en route to that. But as we know in this tournament now, and it's very clear, there's 5 countries that can compete for the gold medal each and every year, and there's no guarantee that what may be a favorite is the one that will emerge at the end.
You mentioned Kirby Dach. I found myself saying that a few times during that game. They really needed Kirby Dach on this night. It was the 4th time of a dream team scenario where basically everybody was available, of course, except for Alexis Lafreniere, who stayed with the Rangers. 2005, 1995, they were perfect. 2013, they didn't win a medal. And this 2021 team, almost perfect until the final game. And credit to the Americans who beat a team with 19 first-round draft picks. On paper, Bob, on paper coming in, the greatest team draft pedigree-wise ever.
You're watching Jay and Dan on TSN, brought to you by McDonald's, the World Junior Hockey Championship gold medal game post-game show. Since Canada won those 5 straight gold medals from 05 to 09, USA now actually has the most gold medals with 4. Canada and Finland tied with 3 each. Ryan Rishaug now, the Team Canada head coach, Andre Tourigny.
Andre, I know this is still very raw for you, but in your instant analysis of what went wrong early on, what did you find?
Well, we didn't go through them. Our forecheck was not through them. We're not physical. We allowed them to make some plays, but still, I think we bounced back really well, and we did a lot of good things.
It's been an incredibly long journey for your group. As the head coach that's seen them through 51 days, quarantine, all the difficulty, how do you feel about this group right now in this moment?
I'm extremely proud of them. You know, and every time they had adversity, they bounced back. They worked extremely hard. They showed a lot of pride, and the way they behaved, they were respectful for everybody, for our opponent, for our country, for their teammate, for everybody. Those young men are unbelievable role model. I'm super proud of them.
Thanks, Andre.
Thank you, Ryan.
Very emotional head coach. Obviously, bronze medal game took place earlier in Edmonton, Finland against Russia. Slava Fetisov, Hall of Famer, extremely critical of the Russian effort against Canada in the semifinals, saying none of our hockey players would have made it to the Canadian national team. First period of this one, Kari Purinen gives up a big rebound on the backhand. Ilya Safonov jams it home. The Russians, by the way, have played an 8th bronze medal game since '96, and they have won them all. Russia up 1-0. Second period, Anton Lundell, the Panthers' first-round pick from this year's draft, will tip in his team leading 5th. The Finns lost the bronze medal game last year, and they have tied this one up early 3rd. Mikko Hetman, first of the tournament. Finns take the lead during a timeout. Russia's captain, Vasily Podkolzin, trying to pump his team up. Final 2 minutes, right off the face-off. Podkolzin right to the net, scramble in front. Purinen covers up the crease. Russians thought they had tied it, but no, they had not. Finland, their first non-gold medal since '06. They hand Russia their first loss in a bronze medal game. We're going to take a break. More to come. Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's on TSN. And this is the big controversy following the game. The USA gets their medals. They do the team picture on the ice. They've got a trash can with a Hockey Canada logo on it. Obviously, lots of people aren't thrilled. Our own Mark Masters asked Trevor Zegras about that after the game was over.
You guys are World Junior champions. How's it feel?
It feels unbelievable, man. I mean, we've been with this group now for 4 years. To finally get our gold medal is something I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
You know, part of the broadcast, we were airing your clips coming in saying Canada hadn't been tested. We weren't sure if you're playing mind games or that's how you felt. Like, what was the mindset of this group coming into this game?
I mean, we knew we were a good team. We knew that they haven't really faced a tough opponent, somebody that kind of puts it right back into their face. So that was kind of our mindset heading into the game, was just dominate from the start, and I think we did that.
So tactically, technically, what do you think you guys did well today?
I mean, we grinded them down low pretty much the whole game. I don't think they had a team do that to them the whole tournament. We kind of just wanted to beat them up down low, move it up high, and then get to the net, and I think we did a really good job of that.
Put this into context for your life, for your career. What does the moment mean?
It's the greatest day of my life. It's the greatest day of my life.
Listen, we saw during your celebration, it was a barrel, a can, I don't know what it was, Hockey Canada logo brought out onto the ice for the picture. What was the meaning of that?
So we pretty much had a barrel for each team we were playing. And each game we just wanted to get to the next barrel. And then today was our last barrel. And we threw the Canada sign up there, brought it on the ice, and took our picture. So that was kind of our thing this tournament.
And why? What's the meaning of a barrel?
Just getting to the next barrel, not looking too far ahead. Only looking to that next game, that next opponent, and don't overlook that team.
Listen, we were talking to you and Cole not that long ago here. You know, it's all about these guys that you're your teammates. You'll walk forever as champions. What's it mean to do it with him?
Man, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, these guys are my brothers. I mean, when I first met these guys our 17 year, I couldn't imagine that it would turn into this. So I'm very grateful that I got to be a part of this and with this group of guys.
How would you describe what Spencer Knight did at this tournament?
I mean, that's the Spencer Knight I know. That's the Spencer Knight I've known for 10 years. For him to go out there and pitch a shutout versus Canada in the World Junior Gold Medal game is something I'll never forget, and I hope USA Hockey never forgets too.
And you're named MVP, scoring champion. What do you state? What was the statement you think you made at this tournament?
I mean, I just wanted to come in here and be a leader for this group. Obviously, as a second-year guy, I knew what to expect from this tournament. We had a great core group of guys that were on the team last year. So we kind of banded together early and let the younger guys know what to do and how to do it. And we ended up champions, so it worked out well.
How are you going to celebrate?
It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great night, Mark.
Go enjoy it. Thanks,
Thank you.
Trevor.
Appreciate it.
Good stuff.
It's going to be a great night. There you go. So he explains the great trash can controversy of 2021.
Barrel.
Right, the barrel. Trevor Zegras finished the 2021 World Juniors with 18 points, and yes, ahead of Dylan Cousins, the 1 point shy of Doug Waite's single tournament record by an American player of 19 points. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we've got the highlight of the night for you. Stay tuned.
Worst play of the day. LeBron James? Has he ever had a worst play of the day? Bad pass. And then, okay.
No, it's a turnover.
Really?
Hey, LeBron.
And a foul is called.
Rethink your career.
You know, the
Lakers still won.
Brooklyn. The behind-the-back pass by Kyrie Irving to Jared Allen.
Behind the back. Oh!
Iron Eagle on the call, so you can hear one of the best in the biz.
On a razzle-dazzle feed.
Love that court.
From Kyrie Irving. What a tasty
Hey, Steve Nash, without Kevin Durant, has those Brooklyn Nets playing pretty well.
We need to get a different worst play of the day.
Okay. What did we mess up? Did we mess up anything? We're getting to the bottom of Barrelgate.
Yeah, the barrel, it's a lot. I can't even begin to explain. Crossing the desert, you have a barrel to look forward to, walk to in the distance, so it's like a marker. Each barrel's a marker crossing the desert, so that's what
Team USA was talking about. So if there's skepticism about what Trevor Zegras said, like maybe he was lying.
There's a story backing up.
This is legit. They are into barrels.